Not too late. Probably. Oh, wow, look at it. It moves the most when you first put it in, and the more you put in and the more it gets used to it, it settles down. But I had this jar of water in my lunch bag for work, and it's been there for weeks, but I cleaned this jar out with like peroxide and stuff because I knew I might not use it right away. So I was really careful about cleaning the jar well before I put the water in it, and it's just been in the jar, right? Well, when I pulled it out today to clean, I noticed all of these floaties in it, and I thought, well, gee, where'd all that come from? And I realized that there might be explanations, but it kind of reminded me of the nanotech that I've seen in the Morgellons tests, the red wine test and the grape juice test, and you spit and you spit it out after you swish for a bit, and when you put rubbing alcohol in it like this, it makes the nanotech all jump around, and it's violent. You can tell that it's not just you pouring liquid in. And then one time I even, pardon for the upcoming TMI, but some loose stool one day, and some of the particles reminded me of this nanotech looking stuff. So I actually put some of the alcohol in the toilet, and sure enough, they go vibrating all over, and it creates disturbance in the water that you can see visibly. I mean, it churns it up with these tiny guys jumping around, and then they like to start clumping together. So they started moving a lot. I wish I should have started the camera first before I did this, but they were moving so much, and you could see it all over, and especially towards the top, and I could tell the difference that what was the alcohol, and now it's like they just really settled down and they're super still. So I'm curious what would happen if I add more now. I want it to be still. I know my camera's not that still, and I don't know if you're seeing dirt on the glass or the fuzzies, but hopefully when I put this in gently, you'll see a move. All right, now you saw how I put it in, right? Look at all this activity and movement. And that's under the surface of the water. Look at that. That's not from me pouring it in. And it's like churning itself around in there. And I gotta get some more of this stuff. Watch. I mean, long after the motion of putting the alcohol in there. Look at that. And see how they start clumping together. And I predicted it would do this because I've done this before. You're going to start seeing bigger and bigger clumps. They're going to start making chains and clumping together. Look at all that movement in there. Look how the top of the surface of the water is not moving. It's all underneath. I'm not moving it or pouring anything, I'm not doing any. And this is the stove. I mean, just to prove you guys, you can tell by looking at the cup. I mean, I can stomp and you can see that movement, right? It's getting real still in there all of us again. Now, yeah, it's crazy. And I'll try to squirt it on the side a little bit here so it doesn't go in very violently. There, it's just kind of going in on the side. Now, well, after I'm done. And I have noticed with past tests that the more you do this, the less reactive it becomes. They start clumping together and I don't know if it kills it or deactivates it or what it's doing, but the more and more you add it, it just starts, they don't react as violently as like they do the first time. Let me see what happens when I shake it up a little here. Mix it through the water. Now, obviously, I just churned it a bit. But we're going to see if this looks natural. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but I'm seeing particles that look like they're changing direction against the current. Now, you might say it's just going around the backside, but is that what it is, or is it specific ones I'm seeing that are literally turning around and going against it? Look for that. But it sure is keeping quite a current in there, right? Doesn't it seem like that? What's going on in here? And what is this? Is this on the outside of the glass? Okay, yeah. That's not really helping having it that way, is that? But anyways, what I want to do is like I want to do this with samples of water, because like now I'm wondering if it's in the jar, if it was in the jar was contaminated, or if it's just in the water, and then like tap water compared to the filtered water. It's probably in everything, you know. It's probably like that Johnny Depp movie in the 90s, predictive programming telling us what they were going to do. And they're doing it right in front of us. Look how that churning up there. Do you see that at the surface? That is not from me pouring it. It's up against the underside of the surface. Still. I mean, you guys can look at the times and see how long it's been since I poured stuff in there. Like, what another test I could do would be like water immediately out of the tap, or I don't know, some other liquid. Just to do motion tests and see, you know, like how long does it take it to settle down? What's the average? Is that normal? Like, I know I'm mixing two liquids, but just putting water or alcohol in water, I do not see why it would be continuing to have this churning effect. Anywho, I gotta run. I just thought it was interesting. Take care and stay savvy out there.